What if your Gmail could respond back for you, filter, label, redirect emails to the correct departments, and create drafts for your approval, all while you sleep? Now, imagine this assistant that can sort through all your emails, all that mess, prioritizing the most important messages, and even drafting responses before it gets sent out. In today's video, we're going to go unlock the true power of n8n and AI automation to create your very own intelligent Gmail assistant. This will save you countless hours every week so you can focus on things that truly matter. So stick around so I can show you how to set one up step by step so you never have to worry about this ever again. My name is Palmer, and if you find this content helpful, then please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button so I can keep on creating videos like this to make our lives easier and more productive. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay guys, so let me show you how to set this all up, okay? This is the workflow. It is super simple. This is what I've been using in my business, in my personal life right now. I don't have to read a message. I don't even look at my emails. I just look at drafts before I set it off just to make sure it is properly professional and is personal and captures what the person has been asking for. That being said, this is something you can do for yourself. If you want the code, I'll throw it in the comments down below. Just grab it and you put it into your own n8n instance. You obviously need to have n8n. If you don't have that, check the link in the description below. Get yourself a copy. There is a 14-day free trial. Give it a shot. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to love it. Okay. I'll tell you right now as well that it's going to take some getting used to, because after a while, with anything new, it just takes some reps to actually understand what to do. That being said, let me show you a quick demo of what this all looks like. But prior to all that, I created my own email account. This is what it is. It's a fake one. I even sent myself a fake email from a potential client going by John, asking and saying that he's interested in some AI automations for his service business, gave me a budget, gave me a timeline. So for any business such as myself, I would consider that as high priority, okay? So potential lead, potential client, potential money. So obviously we want to classify that as something that's high priority, okay? So let me show you a demo, what that actually looks like. Let's execute the workflow. Starts it off going into the inbox, pulls out that email, goes into the text classifier, determines whether or not what branch it goes down. So like I said a second ago, I alluded to it already. This is a high priority email. So it goes into the high priority label, creates a draft email, creates a draft, and then tells me on Telegram that it's been done. So what that looks like, if you come back to the email and refresh this, there we go. It has a tag now. It says high priority. If I go into drafts, it even responded back for me. Okay, right now it says 2 is blank because obviously this is an email to myself. It's fake. But if I like it, if I can confirm and approve this is what I want to send back, then obviously I can type back the 2 and send it off. But what did I do? Nothing. AI handled all of this. So as you can see right now, it says, thank you for reaching out and expressing your interest in setting up AI automations for your service business. Glad to hear your budget of 15K and your timeline of 4 weeks, blah, 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 blah. Okay, signed off as Palmer at XYZ company. Okay, super simple. Again, I did nothing. Now, as you can see, also that I sent myself a Telegram message letting me know. I tested this out a whole bunch of times, but this is the most recent one. You have a high priority email draft in your business email right now. Okay, done. Now, how do we put this all together? Let me show you right now. So every single workflow, every single thing that you start off with n8n requires to have a trigger. Without that, nothing works. So how you set this up is you obviously go over to this check mark, right? Plus mark. Type in Gmail, scroll all the way to the bottom because there's only one trigger, and that is for on message received. Once you click on that, you'll get something like this. Okay, double click on that. You have to have your credentials hooked up. If you don't have that yet, then check out this video right above me. This walks you through how to set that up. It's less than 5 minutes. Super simple. Okay, once that's done, I also chose to have this look up my inbox every single minute. The event is for message received. I unchecked the simplified because I want to make sure. Some people send off like these really long emails. I want to make sure that it's all taken care of and actually read through. I added a filter to include spam and trash. I took that off, and that is how that pulled it in. Now from there, you can choose a text classifier by simply going into the plus sign, typing text classifier, which is the exact same thing there. And this is what it looks like over here. I'm just going to delete this. But if you double click into that, what you do and what you have to classify is obviously the text that came in. So you scroll down, just understand that everything on the left side is an input, everything in the middle is configuration, and everything on the right is output. Okay, so this will be all blank. You need to tell the AI what to classify. So how you do this is the JSON.text. So you scroll down, Obviously, the most recent one is Gmail trigger. You find where the message is or the contents of it, which is right here. So this is what the email said, which is, hey, my name is John, blah, 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 blah. All you gotta do is click, hold, and drag it over to where it is right now. And that is literally it. So delete that because it's already there. But that is what it looks like. Now, obviously, you have to have that as an expression. Then I create categories. Okay, as you can already see, let's go back out. I created 4 categories: high priority. Let me just zoom in. High priority, customer support, finance department, and low priority, right? You can create as many different branches as you want. It's really up to you, but I chose this for my specific use case. Again, if you want to do something different, completely up to you. The whole premise, the whole understanding behind it is simply the same. So double click on that. Again, I'll show you what it looks like. You just add a category and you can put in whatever title it is that you want, say medium priority, okay? And you give it a description and you tell it what to categorize that as if something like medium priority comes in. But that being said, let me show you what it looks like for high priority. This is fixed, obviously, because that's a high priority branch. Let's open this up. This is what I told it as a description to classify which emails are considered high priority in my case. So you can pause the video right here if you want to copy this to yourself, but I simply just used ChatGPT or any LLM models out there that can put this thing for you. You may have to do some tweaking just to make sure that it works. But again, test things out one at a time. But what it says here is that its task is to classify incoming emails as high priority if they are for potential clients, because it is, and mention budgets or deadlines or even complaints. Because obviously people that complain is a high priority as well. We don't want people frazzled and come back and just be upset, right? So here's the criteria. We're looking for keywords or phrases such as budget, proposal, quote, deadline, due date, blah, 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 blah. Okay, classify if the email discusses financial proposals or anything in that case. I gave it some examples and some non-examples just for you to understand what it is, okay? Actually going to delete this. This is useless. And there you go. Now, let's go back into the next branch, which is customer support. Same thing. Gave it a description of what to look for. This is a task. Identify if the incoming email is from a customer support request. Criteria, what to look for, help, issue, problem, refund, return, blah, 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 blah. Give it examples and give it examples that are non-customer support emails. Again, pause the video here if you want to copy this. But I simply just used ChatGPT, told it to give me a prompt, what to say inside here, and I just copy and pasted it. Super simple. Next is finance department, because I have people handling a different department in my business. Give it a task, looking for classifying incoming emails routed to the finance department if they're related to billing, invoices, payments, refunds, or any of that financial inquiries. Also, same thing, criteria, examples, and non-examples. Lastly, we do it for the low priority one. Same thing, you're starting to see the hang of this. The task to classify non or low priority ones. Determine if it's low priority if it doesn't require immediate attention. Maybe respond later in the day. Give it a criteria. If there's keywords like when you have a moment, no rush, later today, whenever convenient, that kind of stuff. Give it examples and also examples that are not low priority. Once that's all done, we scroll all the way to the bottom. You can actually add an option here for a system prompt for this text classifier to understand what its role is in this whole workflow. So if you open this up, this is actually fixed. It just says, it's actually the same one when you pop it open and choose it. Please classify the text provided by the user into one of the following categories. All these categories that I have selected or created. Blah, 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 blah. Super simple. That is done, okay? Once it goes into the high priority, you can actually choose. So when you have this one, this is this is another node for Gmail. And how you choose this is go over to Gmail, click on Gmail, then you're going to choose add label to message, which is right there, which will turn up to be this one. Okay. Also, click on choose the credential for your Gmail. If you already have done that, perfect. It should be auto populated in there for you as well. And then for the message ID, this is super simple. You just grab it from the text classifier, or you can even grab it from the trigger from the Gmail, which is the same thing. It's ID right there, 1980, blah, 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 blah. Same thing right there, 1980. So you can just click and hold, drag it over. You get the same exact value. So I'm just going to delete that because that's not required. It's already there. Now you can choose to have the different labels. Like I said a second ago, have this predefined already if you so choose. But if you don't have that, then you should make one because that'll just make things easier. So you can click on the little drop down, find the one that's associated to whatever you want to label it as, and choose it. So in this situation, it's high priority. Same thing goes for the next ones. You're obviously starting to understand what's going on. You choose this exact same node, which is add a label for the Gmail node. This time, you give it the same ID, but you choose a different label for it. Since this is customer support, it goes into the customer support label. Same thing for the finance department, same thing for low priority. This is all very straightforward. Now, let's go back into the high priority branch. This is where we write a draft email because this is for high priority. This is the only time I create drafts for high priority email. So what that looks like is this is actually a messenger model. So you click on the plus sign, open AI, click on that. This is messenger model. That's what it looks like. Exactly the same thing, right? Just going to delete that because that's not required. But let's double click and get into that. So you also need to have an OpenAI credential. If you don't have that, let me know. I can make a video for it. But if you watch this on a later date, you most likely will already have made it. So just go into my channel. You'll find a video about it, and it's super, super simple. Resource is text, messenger model, just like I said. You can choose whatever model that you want. I chose for this instance is 4.0 mini. Again, whatever you like, you can always test it out. Every single model will give you some sort of different result. So always check to see which one works best for you and go from there. Actually, I just want to go back to really quick to the text classifier because you obviously have to give it a brain. So in this instance, I chose the chat model, which is Gemini 2.0 Flash because it's free. And it's pretty powerful enough to actually understand what type of text or messaging is coming in for it to classify or help the text classifier categorize where it should go or which branch it goes down into. So, forgot to mention that. Let's go back into the draft one. Again, chose my chat model, give it a description or a prompt. You are a helpful assistant. If you want to pause this video, you can copy this as it is. It's super straightforward. You're a helpful assistant and you have to respond to emails that have been classified as high priority, professionally, and efficiently. This is the email that you're responding back to. So obviously I just go back to the chat trigger, go back to the message, which is right there, click, paste, and that is done. So going to delete that because it's already there. So what this looks like here is what you put in, but when it comes out, which is the result, that's what it looks like. Okay, so we're telling the chat model what to look for and what to do when they get this message. And I also put in here, make sure to output the following, which is subject, message body. I'll talk to you about that in a second. And I gave it a current date and time because if you don't put that in, the chat model will not know what date and time it is, and it'll probably throw it into the calendar or respond back in a really weird time, and we don't want that. And also told it to sign off as Palmer XYZ Company. You can change it to whatever you want. That being said, let's focus on what I said here. Make sure to output the following, which is subject and message body. If you scroll down, I also chose simplify output, but this is what we're paying attention to, which is output content as JSON, which I toggled that on. Okay. So as you can see, this split out the subject and message body because we want that separate because we're going to send out an email or a draft email. So we want to separate the subject and message body because if you don't do it, if you don't have this on, it's going to be in one whole clump and it won't be able to signify which goes where. We're just making things a lot easier for ourselves. That said, when that is done, it creates a draft. So right there, and how you do that is go over to the plus sign again, Gmail, and where's the draft one? Create a draft right there. Exactly the same thing. You can click on that. Same thing, credential for your Gmail account, resources draft, create a draft. Then you put in your subject, which I said a second ago, which is why we had to separate the output in the draft into subject and message body. Because if you didn't do that, it'll be clumped together and the subject will be like the subject and message body together, and that won't make sense. So that is why we put it separately. So we take the subject, put it in there, exact same thing. Just go delete that. I just want to show you what that looks like. That is done. Text, same thing with message body. Take that, paste it in there, and you are done. Output is all good there. And also says it's a draft. So the draft is created. The Telegram, you also have to have a credential. Let me know if you need a video about that. Comment down below. I'll create that for you. But if you watch this at a later date, most likely it's already on my channel. So take a look at that. If it's not, then please just let me know or just comment down below and I'll point you in the right direction so you don't waste any time. Here we have a resource, which is a message, send a message. The chat ID is something that you get from Telegram. Again, this is a little bit more out of the scope of this video, but you can get it from here. I took this number paste it in there because it's a fixed value, because it's the exact same chat. It only goes directly to me, and that is that. Everything else still ends up the same. I added a field, which is append n8n attribution, and I turned that off because I hate seeing that stupid thing. That is done. When that is done, it goes and does nothing. Now, let's do something with low priority, okay? Just show you what that looks like. Let me compose something. Just sent myself a really useless email. So let's run this again, which is just, hey Palmer, I have this cool idea about AI. Let's chat soon. So let's execute the workflow one more time. This time it pulls out the same email. It has classified as low priority because, let's face it, it is low priority. Come back, it's been labeled as low priority. Even create a draft as well, just to let you know what it looks like. Thanks for reaching out. I appreciate your enthusiasm about AI. I'm currently managing a number of tasks, blah, 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 blah. Let's touch base later on. Done. Didn't read it. AI responded for me professionally, and that is what it is. So this one is a little different, but it's also a messenger model. So honestly, like I said a second ago, everything here is the same. We're just giving it a different label. But from here is a different messenger model. Same thing, choose your list. Choose from the list of the chat models that you want, and I gave it a prompt. This time, as you already know, a second ago, we were talking about high priority. This is low priority right now. So we have to tell it what to do. So your helpful assistant, you respond to emails classified as low priority, but you have to do it professionally and efficiently. This is the email that you're responding back to. Also, do the exact same thing. Find the text, which is, where the heck go? There we go. There we go. Take this, hover, pull it in, and let it go. Same thing. Make sure the output is the same. Subject and message body, same date and time. Sign off as Palmer. Okay. When that is done, it creates a draft for you. Like it's exactly the same as a high priority, except this time we're just making sure that it goes under as low priority. Sent me a message on Telegram. You have a low priority email draft in your business email right now. Good. Now, let me just do one more thing. Just to show you what it looks like for customer service. Okay. And there we go. I just made a fake email. It says, hey there, I need some help with my automation. I'm not sure what I'm doing. If someone can get back to me, that'll be greatly appreciated. Blah, blah, blah. Something like that. Let's execute the workflow once again. This should go under customer service. There you go. Customer support. Give it a label. Let's double check after it's all done. Come back in. Customer support label is there now. Go back in here. But this time, we are writing back instead of writing a draft. Okay, because customer support. Everything else is still the same. I chose 4.0 mini. Go back into this. This is a different prompt because this time I'm telling it to effectively respond back to the email that we got in regards to customer service. Okay, if you're not sure or how to respond, then send me back the email because I need to know. So this email, same thing I showed you a bunch of times already. Different outputs for subject and message body. Same thing, current date and time. Sign off as Palmer. Blah 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 blah. Okay, from here. Let's go into a different Gmail node, and this time we are actually responding and replying back to the thread. So if you double click on that, how we actually get to that actually, just go into click plus sign, Gmail, reply back to a thread. Where is it? Thread, there you go. Reply to a message, thread, okay? So you just click on that, put in your credentials, exact same thing, okay? I'm gonna delete that because we don't need it. But in here, we have to give it a thread ID and a message ID. And what we do here is we actually go back to the Gmail trigger because we need to find a thread ID, and it clearly says thread ID. Okay, if you see those little brackets, it tells you which node it came from, which is the Gmail trigger, .item.json.thread ID, which is right there. So you click on that, hover, click, and drop it in there, and it's done. As for the message ID, which is right here, just bring it over, and you are done. And as for the message, exact same thing. Go to the message body and just take this and paste it in there and you're good to go. All right. That is how you reply back. And this also sent me a Telegram message. We have responded to a customer support email. This is just additional to let me know when it's been done. And lastly, the same thing for the finance department. I can send it over in an email. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, but this time it's going to summarize it. Send it to the finance department to let them know that there's a message regarding finance, and it also tells me through Telegram that there is something that's been sent over to the finance department. And that is basically it. This is what you had to do when you have to create your own Gmail email assistant that can handle all your emails. And again, if you need help, let me know. Drop me a comment down below. I'll share with you exactly how to do all this. But again, if you want to alter this in whichever way that you want, you can also remember you can add in more branches depending on what you want it to do. Just give it the right prompts, tell it what to do, and you just have to choose the right nodes, whether or not if you want to create a draft, you want to reply back, or you would just want to send an email. You can have Telegram or WhatsApp or whichever way you want to do it. You can interchange this as much as you want, but this is how you do all this. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. If you found this useful, then hit that subscribe and like button, as this will help me out a ton. And I'll make sure to show you guys more automation that will help improve our lives and help you stay ahead of everyone else. If you want to see more videos like this, then check out my next video right here.